this again. Green light. Trying this again. Alright. Looks like we're good this time. My lord. That was terrifying. What's up? Creepers, Geekers, Chris, the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? Had a little bit of a hiccup there. It said I was streaming on one thing, it's not saying I'm streaming on the other. I don't know. According to this, we are good to go. Hey, what's up, Retro? Give me a few seconds here and we will get going. I just want to make sure everything is good. Had a little bit of a hiccup trying to get in here. It was so weird. I had to reset my stream key and all that good stuff. You know, technical stuff I don't know how to do. So let me, I'm going to put on some background. Let me know if it's too loud. Let me know if it gets too loud. So what are you up to tonight, Retro Revolutions? Alright, so what we're going to do, until I start seeing some people in here, we're going to try to finish this guy off tonight. I don't know how far we're going to get, but I was able to make a custom color for his body. I don't know if it's the right one. We'll figure it out, won't we? Oh my goodness. Alright, that's definitely too loud. That's definitely way too loud. Alright. Trying to play around with a few things here. Wait for a few more people to show up. Excuse me. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Right there. Perfect. Perfect. So I mixed up a color like I said I was going to yesterday. Again, I don't know if it's going to be the right one or not, but we're going for it. Actually made a couple of different colors. It didn't really work out too well, so when I finally came up with this formula, no one around me had any purple paint. Anyone that was open anyway, I should say. So, Spider Rico, what is up, my friend? How are you doing, man? How you doing, dude? Okay, so just to recap, everyone up to date. Last night we did all the turquoise colors. We did the boots. We did the mask. We did the hands, both of them. And we started to paint on the machete, just a little bit. This afternoon I kind of finished it off. It's even clear coated. White on the sides of the blades, the edges are black, the handle is red, and I'm literally going off of the image. If you look at the thumbnail, I wish I had that guy up here, but eat more cheese. I just had a cheese stick, dude. Oh, this. You know how long it took us to finish this thing off? I was going by the image I used for the thumbnail on the machete. So the machete's done. I could put that aside. The only other thing that you haven't seen is I did the black dots on the mask. And if you were here yesterday, I was talking about toothpicks. I literally just used a toothpick, dip, boom, doop. There's a couple spots where, you know, kind of went a little wonky, but it's good enough for government work for right now. So now the most terrifying part, giving it the main custom color, the one I agonized over for about 10 minutes. Get these out of the way. So I got this color here that I mixed up. I don't know if I put any, did I put any clear in this? Did it? Oh, I hope so, because I can't find it. Okay, here we go. We got it. Carter Wright, how are you? Alex, Mr. Captain Obvious, eat more cheese, he says. Spider Rico says he's chilling. I'm going to try to pay attention to the chat more. I noticed last night that a few people had questions. Like one person asked me what my favorite Friday the 13th was. The whole point of this was to chat with people. But I didn't want to just sit in front of a damn camera and chitter chat with you guys. I want to actually be doing something. Let me just use this to mix it up. Shit looks like cum, doesn't it? Not to be vulgar. I have one of my favorite albums growing up. It's a Disney album called New Chilling Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House. This isn't the one that you can find in pretty much every thrift store where the lady narrates it. It's a little harder to find. See, that's a nice color, right? That's gonna work. Oh, you guys tell me. It's a harder to find album out in the wild. It's basically just soundscapes. One of my favorites is a Jack the Ripper one, is a Frankenstein's Monster one. I actually used to listen to this crap laying down, going to bed when I was a kid. I had a whole collection of haunted house records, cassettes, and CDs eventually. I had them all on digital on the laptop now, but let me know if it's too loud or if you can even hear it at all. I had a huge collection. I remember years ago, Fangoria had this ad. I'm debating on head first or body. Let's do the head. Let's do the head. Let me find the right brush for this application now. This one will do just fine. Fangoria had an ad. It was like an 8 record, and when I say record, I mean actual vinyl. I think the ad said something like, "Have you ever wanted to know what it sounded like a drill going through someone's skull? Well, now you can." It took a little convincing to get my dad to order it for me, but I put them all on cassette and used to listen to them in my room all the time. It wasn't all morbid stuff. It was, haunted house and ambient stuff like that too. But I had a huge collection of stuff like this. Let's see, what is Retro Revolution saying? Is this a new thing or an old toy you're painting? It's brand new. It's a line of toys called Toonie Terrors. NECA put them out over the past year or so, and they're made to look like Scooby-Doo villains. You know what? Give me a second. I'll get one for you. I'll show you what it looks like. This is what he looked like before I started painting. They have a whole bunch. Michael Myers, Leatherface, Pinhead, Freddy Krueger. I have most of them. I don't collect them all. That's not my style. I'll only collect the ones I really give a shit about. So, they're also going to have an Ash from Evil Dead 2. Nosferatu coming out, which I'm really excited for. They also did both Pennywises too, oddly enough. Alright. Oh, I need something to... I should have brought my palette over here. First crushes. Celebrity crushes. Jennifer Tilly voiced her. Tiffany? Is that her name, Tiffany? Oh, this might not be a good color. Motherfucker. Well, you know what? We're going to go with it. And if people don't like it, then go spit. They can go spit. But these are fairly new. This is from the first wave, though. It's over a year old now. Some Targets will still have them. Pretty sure you can get them at Big Bad Toy Store or whatever it's called. See, this is why I wanted to do the mask first, because this is so much easier doing the lining here. And if you were with us yesterday, the name of the game here is Thin Coats. Don't glob it all on. If I had my airbrush up and running, it would be a different story, but yes, they're called Toonie Terrors. Look them up. Toony. Terrors spelled normal. Really fun line of toys. I actually have these guys perched up in front of the Scooby-Doo Mystery Mansion, the one that has the Goop Tower. I think is what they called it. the goop tower, or the goo. Alright. Eyeballs don't fail me now. Doesn't help that the lighting in this room sucks. If I get a little on the straps, that's fine, because I'm just going to paint those black. I'll explain the color scheme here to anybody who needs needs to be brought up to date. Let's see. We'll get some writing over here. Retro Revolution says, "Oh, I hated the new It movie, #1. It was good, but part 2 was awful. I haven't seen part 2 yet. Part 1 was, I mean, it was serviceable. I'm honestly not a fan of the miniseries. I was more of a hardcore horror guy. And I don't know. I was just never a fan of it. It entertained me. And it's classic in its own right, but I can't get down with it. I'm not liking this fucking color. Maybe after a few coats I'll change my mind, but let's see, I saw a couple other comments here. Let's see, Cutter Ray says, that's awesome that you had that vinyl. Jennifer Tilly plays as Stephanie. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I just couldn't remember the character's name. Jennifer Tilly, goddamn. I had the biggest crush on her. Still kind of do. I follow her on like Instagram and shit. I try to slide into her DMs and be like, "Yo, what's up, baby? Why don't you come get some poor shit?" Alright. So I don't know how we're going to do this because I could not get the arms off. So maybe just, I don't know. Holy shit. Spider Rico, dude, you didn't have to do that. I put that super chat in there. Kind of by mistake. Dude, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Shut up and take my money. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you? Spider Rico, dude, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Alright, here we go. Now, again, the name of the game is Light Coats. Light Coats. Just get the color on there gradually. Like we do with the masks. Don't glob it on. What we'll do is we'll do one side at a time. I don't know how well this is going to go on these brown pants. You know what I probably should have done? I should have probably primed this with an actual gray primer. What we ended up using was a clear primer by way of Rust-Oleum Satin Clear, which can be used as a primer. That's not a problem. Okay, you know what? We might be good here. We might be good. Get some up in there. Oh man, that's gonna bug me. Get inside here. Don't get any on the ball joint though. The head has to go back on, dipshit. Dipshit. So what we'll do is I'll let this dry on this right here. And then I'll raise his arm. Like I have this one. I'm glad I was able to get the hands off because it really would have bugged me if it was green on the inside in here. Spider Rico, do me a favor on Instagram. If you're comfortable with it, toss me your address. Toss me your address, dude. once I start getting some things in here for the Alzheimer's Association giveaways and stuff like that, there may be a thing or two I could send out your way to say thank you, bro. At least I could do is at least send you a card. That was a line from Futurama. Did I spell that right? What was a line from Futurama? Oh, shut up, take my money. Yeah, I see the meme all the time with that dumb robot. Never got into Futurama. Never got into it. But then again, I'm not a TV guy. So, alright, let's let that dry. I promise you, after about maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 5 coats, you'll start seeing that transform. It's just it's a game of patience. Let's go back to the head. I'm not liking this color at all. Get the fuck out of here. Nice job on the light coats. Thank you, Cartwright. I appreciate that, bro. Should have seen us last night with the turquoise. Talking about light coats. We were out here for like an hour and a half. Just going back and forth between the mask, the hands. This might have too much red in it. Alright, I'll shut up about the color, because you know what? I mean, worst comes to worst. I can always just order the right color if I don't like it and just do a quick couple of coats over on top of this. It's not like I'm glopping it on, you know. And again, it's going to look different once you start getting coats onto it. Under the chin. So I don't know if anyone here is a musician or guitar player or anything. Alex, what are you saying there? With this weather, I need a heavy coat. Dude, it was flurrying on and off all day. So crazy. So crazy. Get in here. Fuck, what was I just about to say? Leave a like. Yeah, please do. I'm more interested in the interaction. So I was just about to say something before I responded to Mr. Alex there. Oh, musicians. I found today, if you're a guitar player, you are familiar with the company Axel, AXL. There was a place in this town called Townsend or Pepperell. I can't remember which one it was in. They had this tiny little guitar shop, but that's all they sold, really. Except for used stuff that they acquired one way or the other. They made this thing called a thin amp. And it's literally exactly what it sounds like. It's probably about, I don't know, about a foot. If you're looking at the box with me in it. Maybe about 1.5 feet long. So big. But it's only like 3 inches thick. And it had all kinds of onboard effects and stuff. Here, it's not looking too bad, I suppose. I found one on the marketplace today for $20. I messaged her shortly before this, like saying, "Hey, sorry to message you so late. I can be there by 2 o'clock tomorrow at $20 with my mask on and everything. So I'll bring my lady so you don't think I'm a creeper." Creeper and Peeperson. Hopefully she'll get back to me. It's a neat little amp. I mainly want to use it for my cigar box guitars. It's got you know, echo, delay, and all that good stuff. Flange. Let's get a little color on the back. Let's get a little color on the back of this guy. Like I said, once he was dry, I wanted to do this. I should have brushed this off. Oh, God damn it, Chris, you're an idiot. Bass. Okay, yeah, nice. Captain Obvious. Alex says he's a bass player. It's awesome, dude. I had a 6-string bass. It was an Ibanez. Don't ask me what model it was. A buddy of mine gave me. The fretboard was lifting. It was something that he was given. He didn't play 6-string. He was a 4-string kind of guy and a 5-string once in a great while. So, little known fact about me is I used to build guitars for a living. I did it privately. I did it professionally in the mid to late 90s. So he's just like, you know what, dude? He was a singer in a band I was in back then. He was like, dude, you know what? Just keep the bass. If you can get the fretboard going, do whatever you got to do with it. I ended up selling it to some kid who wanted to learn. I don't know why he wanted a 6-string to learn from, but to learn on, I should say. All right, so let's spread his leggy McLagersons here. Oh shit, way too much. Yeah, 6-string. I've been had space. Get all up in that motherfucker. Can you guys even hear the sound effects? Let me know if it's if you can hear it. If you can't hear it, it's too loud. Okay. Let that sit. Clean the brush. I play bass. Do you like SOD? Yeah, dude. Of course I love Stormtroopers of Death. I'm an angry white kid from the suburbs. Why wouldn't I? I'm just kidding. Dryer Lint. Holy shit. That's a rad name. Thanks for popping in, man. Or young lady. I don't know. Never be too sure these days. Dryer Lint. Do I recognize your name? I don't think so. And if I should, I apologize, dude. Or dudette. But thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. 4 is best, Alex says. In Ohio. I've never been out to Ohio. I hear there's a place out there called Boston City or something like that. That's it's abandoned. The city, it's like Silent Hill. Underneath the city's burning. Something like that. Educate me. I like Friday the 13th Part 6. You know what? Friday the 13th Part 6 is a fantastic flick. It's meta, but not obnoxiously so. You know, it's exactly what it needed to be when it was out. That one came out, what, 86? About 86. C.J. Graham. I know C.J. Graham. I mean, we don't talk much anymore, but in the early 2000s, I was really big in the prop building world. You know, trade, sell, that kind of stuff. And C.J. Graham was really friendly within those circles. And there was I used to be affiliated with this thing called horrorfind.com. Might still be open. Might still be available, but to view. But they were having a convention in Scottsdale, Arizona. It was Halloween, 2004. And I got C.J. Graham to come out to Arizona and hang out for a little. He was a wicked nice guy. We had this horrible storm. I lived in the middle of nowhere, Buckeye, Arizona. Acres between houses, and we had a windstorm take out the telephone poles. And he was like, when I finally showed up to the convention, he was like, dude, I tried to call you when I got into town because I was going to take you and your family out to supper. Well, he didn't say supper. He said dinner. He says, is your phone off? Here's a few bucks to get your phone put back on. I had to laugh at him. Like, no. Where I live is wicked remote. And the phone lines just went down because of a windstorm. He didn't believe me. He kept trying to give me money for my phone bill. But I was eventually able to convince him. Really nice guy, C.J. Graham. But if you don't know who I'm talking about, he played Jason in Part 6. The one that you were just talking about, Carter. Really nice guy. Really nice guy. He signed a bunch of stuff for my daughter. He introduced me to Sid Haig, whom I almost did go to supper with that night. But it was Halloween. I wanted to take my daughter out. So Sid Haig was a really nice guy. He had a forum back then. And I was a member of it. It was back before, I mean, forums were always popular, but you know what I mean. As soon as they found out I was a member of the forum, they were like, oh man, why don't you come have supper with us? And here I am, this guy who just had a couple of websites through horrifying.com, CJ Graham and Sid Haig. I was so bummed out when he died. I remember the first time I saw him was this movie called Spider Baby, I think it was. Give me a second here, guys, and I'll look at the chat. So I'm not really missing too much. Oh, we don't have any color over here at all. Had a lot of good times in the horror circuit. Got to meet a lot of really cool. I got to meet Reggie from the Phantasm series. Ari Lehman, the first Jason. I actually, at that convention, both, is it Lehman? Ari Lehman? Or is it Leachman? I can't remember. But he started playing the piano that was in the hall where we were at for the convention. And Reggie had 2 acoustic guitars. So they started playing something. I don't know. And what's his name who played Rhodes in Day of the Dead? Just kept getting on the mic and just saying silly shit. That guy was a riot. That was another horrible loss when he died. And I was just like, hey, Reggie, don't mean to be too forward, but is there another guitar right there in that case? He's like, yeah. So you guys are watching a guy paint, something. But 2004 on Halloween afternoon, I jammed with the first Jason and Reggie of the Phantasm series. That's my only claim to fame, and I won't claim anything else. I promise. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh man, I gotta back up a little bit. Let's see. Friday 13th part 6. Alright, we just got done with that. Upright is the best. Upright bass. Oh my god, yeah. Dragon Lynch is the best when it comes off in one piece. Lives on the Ohio River. An hour from... Oh, okay. Sucks when you have to pick and scrape. Okay, you guys are just talking amongst yourself. Carter's like, CJ Graham is awesome. CJ Graham is awesome, dude. Zombies live there. Dragon Lynch's. I watched a little bit of Cannibal Holocaust the other night. Couldn't get into it. First time? God, that was one of those ones that we'd rent to piss off our parents. That and Faces of Death, which is on YouTube, by the way. The first 2, anyway. Humans taste like spam. Dude, you're using too much salt, man. Way too much salt. And you gotta smoke them. Don't fry them. Don't bake them. Smoke them. Smoke them out. Have you ever seen those Splatterhouse vinyl figures? No, but I do have a Rick custom in the works. And when I say in the works, I got the body done. I never sculpted a head for it. Right now I have Darth Voorhees on there. I basically took a Pez dispenser Darth Vader head and painted it like a Jason Voorhees mask. And that's Rick. Splatterhouse. Alright, I'm seeing it now. But I have not seen them. Who makes them, do you know? Do you know who makes those Rick vinyl figures? Or is it like just all the enemies and stuff? More input. Why does the caller not want to take any paint? But I'm really excited about that little amp that I'm going to pick up tomorrow. Did I even talk about the amp? Yeah, I did. I described the size and everything. All right. What's going on here? Cool story. I got lots of them, buddy. They may not be cool, but I got lots of stories. I worked in prisons for 13 years. I got stories. Lots of great people in the horror community. Dude, they are. They're fantastic. They're inviting. They're not pretentious pricks. Anyone that I've actually met has always been courteous, you know. Howard Sherman was at that same convention. Bub from Day of the Dead, which is my favorite of the three. Humans taste like spam. Okay, we already got past that. We already got past all that. All right, let's do the head a little bit more. I was going to take a break and just sit here and chat with you guys, but where did my small brush go? Motherfucker. You know what? I don't know why I brought it. I do this to myself every time. What I'll end up doing is taking a whole bunch of brushes that I know I'm not going to need, and I put them in my way. Actually, we will need this. I want to put a little bit of purple in the eyes. I want to put a dot in the eyes, and I think that's my thinnest brush. Yes, sir, indeedy. Yes, sir. Them to be the thinnest. Have you seen that? Okay, yeah, we already saw that. We already talked about that. I really hope that dude who was asking me about my favorite Friday the 13th and stuff comes back in. I feel so bad. I didn't even see he was there. I didn't even say hello to the cat. I felt so horrible. You know, it's getting tougher and tougher now that I'm starting to get like some actual subscriptions here. But I try to respond to everybody. And I know that's going to eventually become impossible. But it's like, guys, my YouTube channel, if you enjoy it, great, awesome. Thank you so much. But I am under no delusions of what it is. It's a low budget, no production, just a fat guy with a filthy mouth talking about whatever, you know. And the fact that people take the time to actually watch it and respond to it, you know, I have to at least, you know, at the very least say thank you for contributing something, you know. So when I saw that some guy asked me like a legit question last night, and not only did I not answer it, but I didn't even acknowledge that he was here, I felt horrible. I felt like a dickhead. I could totally get it if there was like 500 people in here, you know. But no, there wasn't. There was like 6. It was like 6 people. 6 super rad people. Alright, so I'm probably going to have to use the toothpick to get into the... Well, what am I talking about? I'm just going to repaint the stupid straps anyway. Get a little bit of paint on it, you dumbass. There we go. Pretty cool. Actually, you know what? I might just leave the straps brown. No purple's gotten on them yet. Don't you fall. Don't you fall. Don't you fall. Alright, let's see. Doesn't film someone will have a cool horror attraction in Texas somewhere? I don't know, but I know he used to have this one in New Orleans. What was it called? Like House of Satan or something like that. I mean, there was nothing subtle about it. They would even have fake Christian protesters in the queue line, and then they would pretend to kidnap them and execute them and shit. What was it called? I think it was called House of Satan. As far as him having one in Texas now, I don't know. Howard Sherman was the coolest zombie, Spider Rico says. Yeah, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. I only have 9 subs myself. Nah, that's alright. You know, I started this in December of 2013. And I stayed at about 200 for like years. And then I got a little bit of a boost. And then somehow over the last year, I got up to that 800 point. And then once the Amico really started kicking in, I'm going to feel bad when the Amico goes away. You guys are going to have nothing to come over here for. Nothing to come over here for. I got 102 just this month so far. Or the past 30 days, I should say. It's crazy. I ain't doing anything. But I appreciate it. I genuinely appreciate it. Oh no, the horror. The horror is gone. The soundtrack is gone. And you know what? The other side effect to all that is that with subs comes so many great channels that I discover. But then you start subscribing to all these channels, and it's like everyone's uploading videos. You don't have time to watch them all or comment on most of them. And yeah, I don't know. If you can't tell, I have a lot of anxieties. And I have no problem saying that at all. Because I don't give a fuck what anyone's got to say or think about me. Ooh. You know, and I do watch as many as I can, and I try to leave my mark to let them know, hey, I was here. But more times than not, I'm watching you guys in the shadows. You would think with this lockdown it'd be easier to catch up, but nope. Actually, seems like life has more work now that I have to stay in the house. Oh, look at the twins here. Their birthdays this coming week, by the way. Gonna be the big 1-2. I was saying to them, why aren't you the big 2-1 so I can kick you the fuck out? They just laughed at me and said, shut up. Shut up, stupid. Great kids, I love them to death. And since I've been here, they've learned to not take any shit from nobody. Even me. Fucking kids with their fucking mouths, their iPads, and bad attitudes. Alright, can I get inside of here? There we go. Oh, let's see. You would love the documentary Will Work for Views. It's a story of Weird Paul. You know, I thought about watching it. I was a huge fan of Weird Paul. And it's not one of those, I was a fan of his before he had subs and now I don't like him anymore. It's 50% true. Just something about him. Okay, when it comes to entertainment, if there's no like diverse thing, like I mean, I know the AVGN has its own thing, but it switches up. So think of like Adam Sandler or Jim Carrey. Everyone loves those two guys, but they do the same fucking thing in pretty much every movie. And there's only so much baby talk I can listen to. So you know, when it comes to like Adam Sandler, I can't stand him anymore. Weird Paul is kind of like that with me. I got burnt out on him. I don't know why. It's exactly the same exact crap that I'm really into. He's a nice guy. I've talked to him a few times. You know, and if he comes to town, I'll go see him live. But I got burnt out on him. But I am interested in seeing that documentary. I wouldn't mind seeing that. No work for wood. He's got a Woodrow. Let's see. Uncut Industry makes Splatterhouse figures. Okay, I'll check that stuff out later. I'll check it out. I'll copy and paste your comment here. That way I don't forget. Return of the Living Dead has an awesome sound. Return of the Living Dead has an amazing soundtrack. First of all, that's an amazing movie. I would almost classify Return of the Living Dead a fucking masterpiece. All right, let's see. Oh, here's a classic. Let's do this one. I went up to my local Kmart when I was probably 12 and found these little black cassettes. Night in the Graveyard. This guy used to creep me out. But I'd listen to it while I was falling asleep every night. Hope you guys can hear that stuff. I lived near the cemetery where they filmed Night of the Living Dead. Do you really? That's awesome, Dryer. I've always meant to take a trip down there and just do like location, just a little location hunting, so to speak. You lucky son of a bitch. Oh, man. George Romero is one of my heroes. Always has been. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys can... Here. You guys don't want to see me, but I'm going to show you something anyway. I got that when I was in 7th grade. If you can't see, it's a Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead tattoo. Guitar string. Fucking hurt like hell. Oh yeah, and it took forever. Turn this one up. In Purgatory. Oh shit, I'm sorry guys. This is actually coating pretty well, and I'm actually happy with the color that I initially anticipated. And you also have to remember these acrylics, they dry darker than they lay down, so if you see any green, it's gonna fucking bug me. Get a little on his bum here. A little on his bum. So hopefully, for you guys who are actually here, because I'm like an Atari channel, video games, hopefully my dick beater here will get better pretty soon. And I'll be able to actually start playing some games. I'm actually thinking about, with the Alzheimer's Association and my 2020 campaign, they have this thing where you can sign up for what they call the longest day. And what that is that's kind of like their I don't know, slogan or, you know, whatever. And what they're trying to say with that is, you know, someone with Alzheimer's, it's kind of like Groundhog Day, you know, to them, anyway. You know, yesterday never happened kind of situation. But long story short, June something or other is supposedly the longest day we have sun. So they want people to do some special stuff. And I was thinking about signing up for streaming to raise funds for my walk to end Alzheimer's. I don't even know if the walk's going to happen this year. But it's scheduled for the 27th of September. So hopefully all this nonsense is well under control to where we can do it. And not that I'm going to sit here and you know, that banner right there to my side underneath his feet. I'm not going to try to drive that into you tonight. That's not what this is all about. But even if the walk doesn't happen, I'm still going to do the 3-mile walk. I'll just do something around town locally. Or maybe in honor of my dad, I'll walk around the lake he used to walk around. He's buried on the other side of it. But a lot of people walk that lake around the whole perimeter of it for exercise. And my dad would do that 3-4 times a week. Maybe I'll do that instead. If they don't have the walk to end Alzheimer's. I'll wear my shirt and everything. I'm over here not putting this in. No, I'm not. I don't know. I don't get. Maybe it's the brush. Let me Maybe I'm just not getting the coverage necessary here for the skull piece here. Okay. Looking good in the hood. All right, let's see. Message retracted. What are you saying over here, Pick Verse? Hey, thanks for coming by the way. They have a small museum in that small town with a lot of cool stuff from the movie. Oh, right on. You're still talking about Night of the Living Dead, I'm assuming. Alex, you never knew what. I'm sorry, bud. Can you please just tell me what you're talking about? Which of the Scooby gang would this Jason have the best chance of killing, since he's a toony terror? Shithouse Harry. Thank you for that question. It's a wonderful question, and I'm going to say Shaggy. You know what? No, I'm going to retract that. Fred. I think you would have zero problem banging out Fred, because he would be in the mirror and stuff like that a little too much. And you got to remember, in the Scooby-Doo universe, more times than not, these boogeymen are not real. They all get unmasked. But this bad motherfucker shows up, and there ain't no unmasking him. I just hope he doesn't get Velma. I have a soft spot for Velma. I like to snap my bean the thought of Velma. Not that you need to know that, but I figured I'm the creep. I might as well make some kind of a masturbation comment in here somewhere. It's a great question. Fred. I think Scooby and Shaggy would outwit him by accident. They would be those surviving guys that you thought died, but they were really hiding underneath a barrel full of peanuts or some stupid shit like that. You know? Oh, man. Might have to thin this down a little bit again. I may change my mind on adding the black. I was talking about that yesterday. If you look at the cat right above my head here, how when they did the Sprite, they put black down what they call the Gideon line, right here, down the front of the suit. And I know they did that to separate the fact there's a shirt and all that stuff, but I was actually going to implement that. And there's a couple of lines here on the side of the pants that I know you can't see, but I was going to follow. I got a really thin black acrylic paint marker that I was going to use right along the seam line here of his dealio. I think I'm changing my mind on that. Yeah. Once I hit this with a clear, this thing's going to look sexy. Some lucky motherfucker's going to get this. Oh, did I just say that out loud? Did I just say that out loud? Alright, what do we got here? Fred. Alex says Fred. Nice 8-bit Jason. Hey, thanks, Arcade Pilot. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Anyone see the new NES game, Jay and Silent Bob? No. Velma. Let's see. Yes. It might get ugly if they unmask him. You know, Jason's been unmasked a few times. As a matter of fact, I had a disagreement with Richard Brooker years ago, right around the same time we were talking about earlier with C.J. Graham. He was just starting to come out and jump into the convention scene. And if you remember in part 3, after he hangs, he takes the rope and he goes to take the rope off and his mask pops up. And I asked him, I said, hey, look, because we had a debate on this on a forum from back then. I said, in the script, I know the mask was supposed to come up. But in the story, in that universe, it was an accident because you were just taking the rope off. You didn't mean to show your face. And he was just like, no, the whole time the mask was supposed to come off. I'm like, no, I get that. But pretend you're in the universe it was, the mask only came up because he was lifting the rope. It wasn't like he was trying to show her his face. And I guess he just didn't get the question. I was right. Guy plays him. I'm right. Richard Brooker. He was a wild guy. He could drink. Holy fuck, could that guy drink? Richard Brooker. The guy did so much in his short life. So fucking much. Henry, you got the coolest name. Spider Rico says. I'm with you on that one, Spider. Let's see. So you ever seen paint your own model cars from Revell? A replica of the ZZ Top cars? You know what? I do remember those. I remember, was it a 32 Ford or something like that? It was a Deuce, I think. I never got any of those. I do have model kits for cars here. I do those once in a great while. I just prefer to make my own thing in customs and do stuff like that. Trying to think. I got something here I'm sculpting. While this is drying, I'll give you guys some exclusives. This is something I'm working on. It's like an eyeball guy. I don't know. This is one of those things where I just started slapping clay on something. The eyeball is supposed to look like a vagina. Hopefully that's what a vagina actually looks like. I wouldn't know. I'm a 45-year-old guy who sits there and paints action figures at night. What the hell do I know about vaginas? Let's see, what else do I have over here? Oh, yeah. The Skeletor. The Skeletor. This here is a Skeletor bust that what I did was I molded the face of a T-800 Kenner figure from 1991. And I poured resin into the mold and stuffed the head in there. Now it's a Terminator head with a Skeletor body, and it's got this little thing here that it's going to eventually go back on. But it's a Skeletor Terminator mashup thing, which I started like a year ago. And I have it here on the table to remind me to get off my ass and finish it and get molding and all that. I just have been creatively bankrupt lately. I just haven't been in the mood to do anything. Let's see. Beer. It gets you drunk. Yeah, sometimes. I always wanted it, but I never had the time or the space. Yeah. I totally get both of those things. Great job. I got to leave. Stay safe. Hey, Carter Ray, if you're still here, thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. You too. Hope you and yours are staying healthy in this nutso time. Arcade Pilot says, the idea of showing Jason's face sounds scary, but it just looks funny all the time. Though I haven't seen all of the new ones to know anything new. Yeah, when you're, let's see, how old was I? I was probably 5 when I saw the first one by accident. I've told that story a few times, and that's why I have an affinity for Friday the 13th, more so than the rest of them. My mom left the TV on by accident, and we had the movie channel back then. It was before HBO and all that, I think. Or before we got it, anyhow. And, hold on, let me see something here. And the scene in the shower with the chick doing the whole, all the oxen free, and then the axe comes down, but buries right in her fucking face piece. Here I am, 5 years old. I walk into the living room right when that's happening. Well, first I stopped and looked at it because the chick was in her panties, and at that age you don't know why you like that, but I just knew I did. And then she gets a fucking axe to the hand. I was just like, whoa. What in the motherfuck? So I go running into my mom. I don't remember a lot from my childhood, but I can tell you exactly what was happening. She was making peanut butter cookies. And I was like, mom, whatever a little kid says. The lady got hurt. So my mom, in her infinite wisdom, sat down with me for the rest of the movie. I was like, look, Chris, don't be scared. This is all pretend. And, explained it all to me while we were watching it. And then, you know, Jason comes out of the lake at the end and all that stuff. That's why I have such a thing for Friday the 13th. But it never really scared me past then, even at that age. The first one I got to see in the theaters was Part 3, and that came out in 82, so I would have been about 7. A friend of ours' father took us all to see it. It was in 3D, and it was a good time. So if that dude ever came back and asked me which one my favorite one was, there you go. Friday the 13th Part 3 is my favorite. It's got nothing to do with the story, because the story is crap. It has nothing to do with anything with plot-wise, because it's Friday the 13th, so the plot is crap. The kills were creative and cool. But it's nostalgia. It's all nostalgia. And that fucking disco jam in the beginning. Harry Manfredini. Very underrated. Underrated composer. And it's funny when you hear his music, you totally know it's him. Like if you watch House, you know that's him. The horror show, I believe he did that one too. I know Sean Cunningham directed, or at least did he direct that one? Or did he just produce it? I don't know. The horror show, that was such an odd movie. A lot of people think that was a bad flick. I dug it. Alright, Shithouse Harry says, I had no idea I owned all those VHS tapes in the 80s. Paramount had it all to bits. Yeah. Really starting with Part 7 in New Blood. I mean, after the first one came out, they were like, yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this. Because it was sleazy entertainment, I'm not going to lie. You know, at the time, this is technical right here. Watch. To get a point. We'll get a little in his eyeballs here. It was considered real sleazy. I could see that. You know, because Halloween, the one thing Halloween has over all the others is it was all suspense. It was all suspense. Very, very little gore. Very little violence. But bam! I don't know if you can see that. A little bit of purple in the eyes. Dude, this mask looks so fucking angry. Such a great sculpt. If it would just sit the fuck up. Reminds me of that song, what? I have no idea what that says. Tenebrae? You should look into getting a 3D printer. You know, Alex Wilson, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it, man. Yes. 3D printers. Let me tell you a little story about that. I have an alien egg over here that had money in it. I sold a guitar to start saving up for a printer. And then all this happened, and we got into a situation where we needed groceries. You know, we got two 11-year-olds in the house. They'll be 12 in a couple days. So I chose to use that money for that. What are you gonna do? I work for the school system, so I don't make a lot of money. So I gotta save up for things. Like, you know, no joke. Where is it? It's my Amico fund. My Amico fund. So, when I say I have to save up for things, I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to do the whole, oh, poor creep. No, I just don't make a lot of money, and money goes in weird places that, you know, like bills and food, and I have child support I pay for my ex-wife, and takes it all. But no, I do plan on getting a 3D printer here pretty soon. And I have some grand plans for a 3D printer. Like my buddy just printed, over time, of course, a one-to-one scale C3PO. Now, how amazing would it be to do a one-to-one scale T800? You know, you could do that Sideshow Collectibles ones for like $5,000 or whatever it is. Or you could take the time to slowly print one, put it together yourself. I wouldn't have it vac metalized. I would just use like, you know, a spray chrome, probably Alclad. There'd be a lot of Alclad, but I could make it work. Alclad's amazing stuff. Holy shit, is it amazing. But I plan to get a 3D printer, no doubt. There's a lot of projects I want to take on. You know, my buddy Mike of Earmo Custom Models, wink wink nudge nudge, Mike Earmo Designs. He makes tons of money with his 3D printer. He does mostly like Star Wars blaster props and stuff like that. Dead balls accurate for what they're, you know, for what he makes, especially for the price. I mean, he's only getting a couple of bones for him. They look fantastic, but a lot of that is possible because of his 3D printer. He's got a one-to-one replica frozen in carbonite Han Solo. Fucking 3D printers are awesome. Let's see. Arcade Pilot says, it's hard to believe till part 3 Jason didn't have the hockey mask. I know. You know what? And it blows my mind how many people to this day don't realize Jason really wasn't in the first one, too. But yeah, the whole hockey mask thing. I tell that little tidbit to people, and they're like, no, he had. No. He wasn't in the first one, except for the dream sequence at the end. He had a sack on his head for the second one. And the third one, he got the mask. Right there on the dock is the first time you see him. Comes out with the spear gun. I dropped your wallet. I'm sorry. Who are you? What are you doing? I think I'm only going to do a couple more coats on the head, and I think I'm just going to clear it up. There was no sport supply stores near him. Well, he had to wait for Shelly to bring it to him, huh? Sports supply. Yeah, Wessex County, New Jersey sucks for sports supplies. It was all IROC dealerships, if you get that joke. Like in New Jersey. Yeah. I think this is the last coat I'm putting on the head. Now, do I paint the straps black or leave them brown? I know you really can't get a good look at it through this stupid webcam, but I think I'm going to leave them as is. They look fantastic, actually. And if you look at the dude above me, you don't really see his straps anyway, so. Maybe his bra strap, but that's about it. Maybe his bra strap. I just said Jason had titties. Titties. Alright. Super duper. Super duper. We're going to let this dry. I'm going to flip it over. But I think I'm done with the head. Clean out the brush here. Let's see, Alex Wilson says, my brother has one. And that's one of the things I begged him to print. It's a small T800 head. It took like 20 hours. You know, I don't know how long you've been around my channel, but I have a 1-to-1 replica of the Endo skull from Terminator. Terminator is like one of my biggest, I love Terminator. And it took me 3 years to build the thing because I'm lazy that way, but it was a vinyl model kit I got from fucking Taiwan or something like that. But we got it together and it looks great. I don't think it cost me $18 plus whatever the shipping was. So, alright, Night in the Graveyard. Night in a Haunted House. How about that one? How about we listen to Night in a Haunted House? Let's go back here. Bum. There we go. Oh, this is both of them. Graveyard and the House. I had that record too. From like Mountain? What do you? I'm sorry, bud. I don't know what you're saying. From like Mountain. More input, please, if you would. I'd appreciate it. This is actually covering pretty well. I just wish I had better light. That's the other thing. I'm going to have to remember to get in between the legs, reposition the legs, and get a little bit of color in there. Oh, not too much there. There we go. The T800 head was, I believe, from Mountain something. I don't know. It was just it was a recast. I know that. Thailand. That's where it came from. It came from Thailand. I don't know what the original kit was, where it was from. Great kit though. Even the one from Taiwan. I mean, there was a lot of work I had to do to it to make it fit. You know, make everything work. The vinyl's easy. Just heat it up. You can heat up and manipulate it as you need. You know, the Darth Vader I have behind me that I still need to finish and show you guys. That guy went together pretty smooth. But there was a few things like the way his waist attached to whatever. Excuse me. That needed some special attention. And my tap gets hot enough, no water, where I can run it under there. As a matter of fact, that's how I got the hands off of this. I ran the hot water over the wrist, and the hand just popped right off. Easy peasy. Make sure I'm getting inside the collar here. You guys have an idea what's going on. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Let's see. I ordered one after seeing your video. I still haven't put it together. Oh, okay. Right on. Have we chatted about it in my Facebook group or page? There was like 2 or 3 people who messaged me asking me where I got it from. And I was just like, just search, YouTube. Jason's still a virgin. And yet he penetrates every summer. Go figure. Go figure. It's looking good. Alright, so let me get out my varnish here. Get out my varnish. Jason's still a virgin. Stupid fuck. Cracks me up. That's funny shit. Oh wow, it's 2 in the morning already? What time did I start? Was it 12:30? Alright, here's a little money saving tip. Shake the bottle up and then don't let it settle. You should have just enough in the cap. You should have just enough in the cap to get done what you need to get done. Here's the only problem, guys, and I apologize for this. As soon as I get done doing this, I have to go clean the brush in the kitchen. So you're going to be without me for a few seconds. So guys, just talk amongst yourselves. Just talk amongst yourselves. Jason's a virgin. How do you know? I mean, they never showed him doing anything in the flicks, but, you know, I mean, he hangs on to those bodies, dude. He hangs on to them to set traps. Set traps. How do you know he's not, you know, he's not diddling the chill there. All right, I'll bring it back, guys. Hey, Spider Rico. Here's a blast from the past. I was going through old boxes. I found another one of my Necronomicons. I'm going to repaint this guy and mount him to something. I don't know. But I found him in a box. I didn't even know I still had it. I thought you'd dig that. You were around for the early days. The early days. All right. So the head I'm calling done. Oddly enough, I really have to look the body over. See if there's anything. No, it too. Oh my god, maybe one more coat. Maybe one more coat. Oh, I definitely got to get in there. I definitely need to get inside there. That was awful green. And that would have pissed me right the fuck off. I do have to get into here. I think I'll do that with the paint marker. I'll just do those black. I was going to do them turquoise, but that wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense at all. Not even a little. Alright, so let me put this down. Let me look at the leg joints. Make sure everything here. Okay, yeah, see, right underneath there needs a little bit of love. Right in his taint. His grundle. Right in his grundle. Alright. Oh, man. Mike got on. When? Hold on, what are we talking about here? Blows my mind that Jason's still a virgin. Okay, so we started there. Yes, he is. Michael Myers and Freddy, only ones that have sex. Now, that's questionable too. That's questionable too. Freddy, no. And that's not questionable at all, but Mike got it on when that was his baby in the 60s. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. He banged his niece and made a baby. We don't count those movies, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He smashed Jamie. Lucky dog. That's fucked up. What do you do? What do you think? The lead male actor quitting Friday the 13th Part 2 with 5 minutes of film left to go. Yeah. Actually, you got a good point there. Bet you Paul was getting it on with the old Voorheesian. The Voorheesian Sleazian. Jason's was like, let me cha-cha-cha your ha-ha-ha. He wanted to put it in his pooper. Right in the super-duper pooper. All right, you know what? I'm calling that good. I'm going to let this dry for the night, and I want to just double-check this in the sunlight and see if I missed any green or brown. If I didn't, I'm going to hit the whole thing with a Rust-Oleum matte clear. Put it together. Let me get the hands here. Get the hands. I'll try to remember which hand had what. Yeah, that's going to look great. That's going to look fantastic. His gimpy hand. I'm happy with this. And if you follow me on Instagram or whatever, you'll see it. You'll see it posted on either both the Millie Macabre and the Atari Creep. But yeah, let me shut my phone down here so we can say our pleasantries. But yeah, I'm going to call it that. I got to get all the Mother's Day stuff out of hiding and put it on the table for her to discover upon awaking and all that. So guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. You guys just put the idea of Michael Myers banging Laurie, Jamie. And I think I'm oddly okay with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. So yeah. Hey, I hope you guys are having fun. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. Hope you guys are being safe. Hope your families are doing well and your friends and all your loved ones and your pets. Hell, I hope your lawn is doing well. In the turbulent times we live in, the least we can do is be there for each other. And, you know, if you see someone who needs a little bit of a helping hand next door, give them a hand. It's tough out there right now, so. Guys, thanks always so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Spider, stop with the money, dude. Stop. Oh, my God. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You better hit me up on Facebook with your address. I mean, on Instagram with your address. I don't think I have it still. I've sent you stuff, haven't I? I'm pretty sure I have. But I don't keep records, so. Yeah, so hope you guys have a great Mother's Day. If you're celebrating with anybody, with your mom, or maybe your lady has a few kids that she popped out of her old wazoo. Whatever the case may be. Hope you guys are. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I'll be back, especially if this needs any touch up, which it does. I'll be back. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I really appreciate the conversation. It was so much fun. Spider Rico, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that twice. You make a guy feel special and nervous all at the same time. So guys, take care. Have a good night. I really appreciate it. Creep it real. And bye-bye.